And good afternoon to all of you joining us today for this very special event, an adult spelling bee. We got 12 contestants today, 12 or 13 contestants here today that are either going back and revisiting childhood for redemption or validation of their spelling skills. I'm Adam Mertz. I'm joined by fellow former champ, Katie Burns. Katie, how much are you looking forward to today's competition?
Adam, it's going to be a great day today. It might be cold outside, but we're going to have the heat in here, bringing it with some hot spelling words and a whole lot of crazy fun.
The great thing about this competition, for those of you joining us at home, this is like Jeopardy. You're sitting at home and you're like, I know the answer. Well, you can prove it today. Spell along with our contestants. We're really looking forward to bringing this to you in a virtual setting. This is the 10th anniversary of the first So You Think You Can Spell spelling bee. Traditionally, it's kind of a Norman Rockwell type setting in a one-room schoolhouse, as you'll see here. And you notice the red hats. This event occurs during the Scandinavian Winter Festival in Mount Horeb. This year, most of the events have gone virtual, as they have in the world. So we're pleased to bring this to you in an entirely different setting, but really kind of hearkening back to our roots here as we bring competitors into the 21st century in a technological standpoint.
Yeah, it's very cool that we're actually able to do this year, Adam, despite everything going on in the world and all the limitations we have. It's great that we can still kind of bring the same amount of energy and keep that history rich and alive, and maybe even reach new people all around the world and show that maybe the bee has no limits and is not only confined to our little town.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to a Power Pack day today. Thanks again for joining us. We want to head over to shortly here to Jane Burns, who's the originator of this bee. Give you a little quick backstory on Jane. She often gets credit for coming up with this idea. She says it basically landed in her lap. Someone suggested the idea and thought she'd be perfect for it. And the next thing you know, she's running an adult spelling bee in Mount Horeb. Jane will go ahead and take us through some of the rules for today's competition.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Hi, everybody. Just a big, welcome to the spellers we have here, sort of in the real Brady Bunch square way, and then also everybody watching. And as Adam said, it's our 10th anniversary. We knew that going in, we wanted to do something special this year. This is not what we had in mind, but we will make it work. When it comes to the rules, really the big one that's been on everybody's mind since the day we uttered the words virtual on this, we are running this like a real bee, as if you were standing at the schoolhouse in front of everybody all by yourself. So that means it's on the honor system. No phones, no writing it down, no one in the background with a dictionary or, your smart 7th grade kids spelling in the background for you. Like I said, no writing, but we have had contestants who kind of scribble it, in their hands as they go. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm the pronouncer. I will give you the word. You can ask for a definition, for a sentence, for the language of origin. If you stop in the midst of saying a word, you can start over, but you have to say the same letters in the same order. There's no mulligans. If you spell a word wrong because you heard the wrong word, that's on you. And I realize this is a little bit different of a situation, so I really encourage people to say the word before they spell it, because I'll catch you, or the judges will, to make sure you are spelling the correct word. You do not have to spell the word, and that the person in front of you has to, that if they miss it, it's not your word. It's done. It's off the table. The bee is done in rounds, and we have somebody who will announce when one round ends and the next round begins. We have, we'll do that throughout. And the rounds are particularly important at the end, because the way it works at the end of the bee is, say it's round 12 and you have 3 spellers left. If the first speller gets a word wrong and the second speller gets a word wrong and the third speller gets it right, that completes that round, but that person hasn't won the spelling bee yet. Then we go to the next round. Then they have to spell it correctly, and if they do, they're the champ. If they don't, everybody comes back and we just go until we kind of complete that. The names for today were drawn randomly, so we're not trying to punish anybody by making them be first or last. That's just kind of how it happened. We are playing for prizes. We've got some Chamber of Commerce gift certificates, so you can buy whatever you want here in Mount Horeb. And these, we're essentially playing with the same rules that the Scripps Bee does, the bee all the grade school kids do. There's one big exception, and that's that your parents cannot make a formal challenge on your account. You're on your own here. So that hopefully takes us through what everybody needs to know about the bee. So if you want to go on to the next step, Adam and Katie.
Absolutely, Jane. Thanks for your support of this bee through the years. It's a really amazing event. It wouldn't be here without you. Normally, two of the folks who are just part and parcel of this competition who are not here this year are our judges. Rose Clear, who's a former teacher in the district, in Mount Horeb District in Wisconsin, and Chuck Miskey, who's a former principal. They will be back next year, God willing, as long as we're back in the schoolhouse. But we took this opportunity to introduce a few new judges to the scene that are joining us remotely in this situation. I'd like to take a chance to introduce each of you, if you could, in order. Tria, Maggie, and Melissa, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Tria, you can go ahead and get us going.
Year 5. I moved away from Mount Horeb in late 2018, and I really, really missed it. So getting able to be a judge this year is really special for me. I want to thank Jane for the opportunity.
Excellent.
I'm Maggie. I am from Mount Horeb. I graduated from Mount Horeb, and as I told the Mount Horeb Mail this week, I've never had the guts to compete in this hallowed tradition. And so I'm thrilled to have the answer sheet and just sit here and watch. So good luck to everyone.
Thanks, Maggie.
Hello, I am Melissa. I was born and raised in Mount Horeb, graduated from Mount Horeb High, moved away in, 2001. I live in New York now, but it is a total honor and privilege to be here. Thank you, Jane, for inviting me. Spelling bees are like my favorite thing in the world, so this is kind of a dream.
Excellent. Yes, thank you, judges. Thank you for joining us today. We're very excited to see what you bring, and they've brought their own sound effects also, so we look forward to hearing that later. Another tradition that we have in our goofy little bee that maybe sets it apart from everybody else is that we have our own national anthem, and it is led by a local first grade teacher, Joanne Preen, who also happens to be some kind of distant cousin of mine. But there she is, representing the most musical first grade teacher we have with her cute glasses. Looking good, Joanne. I think we maybe got her on mute. Joanne, maybe we'll have you check your mute there.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, good to see you.
It is nice to see you too. And it's especially fun to be part of a team that has a Katie Burns, Jane Burns, and my maiden name is Burns. So there's a lot of Burns girls out there.
We're on fire, lady. You know it.
Yeah, we're on fire, ladies.
Awesome. Well, Joanne, we're going to kick it over to you and let you lead us off with our own national anthem for the spelling bee. And everybody will know the words, so we encourage you to sing along.
Hi, everybody. Mount Horeb Scandinavian Spelling Bee has adopted this informal traditional song. You'll all know it. And traditionally, we also stand up. But at the risk of seeing all of your tummies, we'll stay seated, but I ask that you sit up nice and tall, place your right hand over your heart, and please join us as we sing the ABC song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? Give yourselves a round of applause.
Excellent.
Thanks, Sharon. That
Excellent.
was wonderful.
You bet.
Well, we're at the
So I
stage
do
when we get to,
believe, yep, go ahead, Adam.
we're at the point in the broadcast where we get to bring you today's contestants. Our first one up is Richard Collins. Richard, I know is having a little difficulty with the video screen today, but can you hear me, Richard? Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and why you entered the Bee. Richard, you might be muted. Katie, would you like to lead off with our next contestant?
All right, next up we have, let me make sure I get this right. It's Anastasia. Excellent. Warpinski. Where are you joining us from? And maybe check your mute here.
I am off mute on my device.
Excellent.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Yep, I hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay. I live just outside of Mount Horeb, technically in the town of Blue Mounds, and I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada, but we have been here for about 12 years in the Mount Horeb area and have 3 children and excited to spell today. I don't think I've ever in my whole life been in a spelling bee, but my daughter signed me up, and here we are.
Excellent. Sometimes it goes like that. Excellent. And next up, Adam.
Next up, we have Therese Fiorin, who is our 2019 champion. That was quite a contest, that one. You duked it out. Boy, we got almost into the 20 rounds or so, Therese. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I live on the west side of Madison. And yes, this is my 3rd Mount Horeb spelling bee. I missed the schoolhouse, but I'm eager to try the virtual format and see how it goes.
Excellent. All right, next up we have Shelly Peters, who is our 2020 runner-up. Shelly, you came winning with your A game today. Any strategy you brought practicing from last year? Excellent.
Yes, absolutely, I did. I'm so excited to be here. Although I am in New Jersey, I have, as you can see, set up my background. I am a Wisconsin girl through and through. I am related, my brother, here's a picture of Joel and his family and their dog. They are Mount Horebians, so I feel a kindred connection to your town. I will be sipping my beverage of choice today from a lovely Mount Horeb cup, and I'm excited to be here.
Oh, excellent, Shelly. We're very happy to have you. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Nate Gogger, and Nate is, man, he's living the dream over here. He is outfitted with a very festive attire. Nate, tell us what you have on first and a little bit about your experience in this bee. Nate, we got you on mute.
It's my Big Bird custom from Halloween a couple years ago. Feeling a little flighty today. Yeah, I was a runner-up in the inaugural bee to Katie Burns. It was an honor to lose to her, and had an inner fire to compete every year and maybe someday take home the trophy.
This could be the year. Glad to have you back.
All right, next up we have Jennifer Gottwald, faithful bee participant, and like myself and Nate, has also dressed up or worn a costume for the occasion. Jennifer, tell us a little bit about your history with the So You Think You Can Spell.
I've competed several times. I don't remember if I got to second or third one year. So one year I wore my wedding dress because I had been a bridesmaid a bit and never a bride. So tried that, not doing that today, but really excited to be here with everyone.
Excellent. Great to see you again, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us.
Next up, we've got one of our two returning champions, has two titles under her belt back in 2016 and 2018. That's Kelly Monroe Aquino. Kelly, you say that you're not a competitive person except for spelling and trivia. But what gets your juices flowing about spelling?
I'm not an athletic person, so this is the arena that I have to compete in.
I love it. It does feel like one too, doesn't it? The heartbeat gets going pretty mightily when you're put on the spot and you need to spell a word.
Yep, exactly. I'm so glad we're able to do this year, even virtually.
Glad to have you back.
And next up, we have Brescia Berg. Did I say that correctly?
No, but that's okay. It's Brescia.
Brescia, welcome, welcome. I see you're also rocking your red hat. Loving it,
Yes,
keeping with traditions.
First year with the red hats.
Excellent. And first year entering the bee?
No, last year I tied for second place. That was my first time competing.
Ooh,
and this is
we got a lot of runners up here.
Too. Is around
Very happy to have you. Yeah, we love it. Very happy to have you both here. Thanks for joining us.
Roland's playing with Legos.
And next up, we're joined by Anna Halverson. Anna, welcome to the Bee. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you entered.
Hello. I live in Mount Horeb. Last year was my first year, and I tied with Brescia for second place. As a child, I lost spelling bees on the words balloonist, benefit, and then last year debarrassed. So hopefully I won't add a word to that this year.
Several competitors have noted that they don't remember the words that they win on, just the ones they lose on. So you're in a very mutual club there. Good luck this year.
All right. Up next, we have Deanna Ballweg, also rocking an awesome hat. Welcome. What brings you out to the spelling bee today?
I was nudged by a Mount Horeb friend, Adrian Bestel, and I think we all know Blaine. And I won a 6th grade spelling bee, but the words have become much harder since, so we'll see how it goes.
Excellent. Good luck today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Our next competitor, this couldn't have happened without the remote environment. Kathy Bull joining us from Fairfax, Virginia. Kathy, it sounds like you usually have a big synchronized skating competition that your daughter's in this time of the year, but with all the world stopped, you're able to partake of this bee.
Yes, Jane's been a friend of mine for 30-something years, and ever since she started this, I've wanted to participate, but have never been able to. So my last spelling bee, I think Jimmy Carter was president. So that's how long it's been.
Well, I'm sure it'll come back to you like riding a bike. Thanks for giving it a shot.
We'll see.
All right, joining us now is Jeff Ingebrigtsen. Welcome, Jeff. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. We're in the nervous zone now.
All right.
Also,
feeling
yeah,
good though? Did you do anything special to prepare?
No, not at all. Extra tea.
All right. Bold strategy. We'll see if that pays off for you today. Thanks for joining us, Jeff.
And our last competitor, Jason McMahon, former newspaper colleague of mine, and Jane Burns. It looks like he is adequately masked for this competition. And he has his game face on.
Anybody else
Nice, Jason. I know that he brought one of our fun moments to this bee a few years ago when his word that he was given was sukiyaki. And he just stood up and grabbed his chair and got ready to walk out because he knew that one was not happening.
And I was so close too. I was one letter off.
Spelling bee is the luck of the draw, as you'll find out today. Jason, hope the words fall in your favor.
All
Hey, thanks, and that does it for our contestants. Over to you, Katie.
And all right, so in keeping with traditional spelling bee format, we're always going to start off with a practice round. So spellers get a chance to kind of get a feel for the flow of how everything goes. They get a word and they get kind of a freebie round. So if you're going to make a mistake, this is the round to do it. So I think we're going to start off with Jane and the judges and start kicking off our practice round, get a feel for how this is going to flow out.
Great. So first up will be Richard, followed by Anastasia. So are you with us, Richard?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And what you guys will notice in this practice round is these are some words that we've heard a lot in the last year or so. So with you, Richard, we'll start with Zoom.
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 Z-O-O-M.
You bet. All right. Next up is Anastasia, followed by Therese. And your word is bubble.
Bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E. Bubble.
Yes, yes. So now we've got Therese, and we'll be followed by Shelley. So Therese, you get virtual.
Virtual. V-I-R-T-U-A-L. Virtual.
Yes. And Shelley's up with Nate following behind. Shelley, you've got vaccine.
Okay. V-A-C-C-I-N-E. Vaccine.
Yes. All right, Nate, with Jennifer behind. Nate, can you hear me, Nate?
Yep.
Okay, good, because I don't see you. So, but if you can hear me, that's good.
Oh, I see myself.
Okay. There you go. Essential.
Essential. E-S-S-E-N-T-I-A-L. Essential.
Yes. Right now we go to Jennifer with Kelly on deck. Tough one here for you, Jennifer. Pod.
Okay. Pod. Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah. P-O-D. Pod.
You got it. With Russia to follow. Shutdown.
Shutdown.
Yes.
S-H-U-T-D-O-W-N.
Yes. All right, Brescia, with Anna to come. Hygiene.
Hygiene. H-Y-G-I-E-N-E.
Yes. You guys are rocking the practice words. We've got Anna, followed by Deanna. Anna, you've got lockdown.
Lockdown. L-O-C-K-D-O-W-N.
Yep. Deanna, followed by Kathy. Hoard. And let me give you a sentence with that because there is a homonym there. Hoard. Frank was still mad that his brother decided to hoard so much toilet paper last spring and still has some left. Hoard. You're on mute. No, you're
How's
good.
this? Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Hoard. H-O-A-R-D. Hoard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Kathy with Jeff behind. Social. I can't hear you.
Okay, you missed my joke. I wanted my word to be doom scrolling, but I'll go with social. So,
I had that like further down the list.
Social, SOCIAL. Social.
Yes. And Jeff, you're next, and then you'll be followed by Jason to wrap it up. After social, we have, of course, distancing.
Distancing. DISTANCING.
Yes. And Jason, flatten.
Can I annoy all of my fellow competitors by indulging in any spelling bee habits and ask that for that word in that sentence, please?
Barbara realized she needed to start working out more in order to flatten the curves she'd acquired in the past year.
Me too. Flatten. FLATTEN. Flatten.
All right, you guys rocked the practice words. I hope our judges didn't fall asleep there because you guys are rocking it here. So.
Excellent.
Okay. We'll start with Richard, with Anastasia after.
Okay.
So
we're done with
Richard,
practice
the
round.
word you have is argue.
Argue. ARGUE. Argue.
Yes.
Strong
Anastasia,
start, so
followed by
Richard Cowlick.
Therese. Candle.
Candle. CANDLE. Candle.
Yes. Therese, followed by Shelley. Therese, your word is charity.
Charity. CHARITY.
Yes. Shelley, followed by Nate. You have fever.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Yes. Every day when Diana went to work, a nurse stationed at the front door checked to see if she had a fever.
Okay, great. Fever. FEVER. Fever.
Yes. All right. Next up, Nate, followed by Jennifer. Nate, cello.
Cello. CELLO.
Yes.
Clearly the viola, though.
Jennifer,
Nice, Nate.
followed by Kelly.
Get over that outfit.
Hustle.
Yes.
Can you give me a definition, please?
Yes. To shove, press, hasten, hurry. To make a strenuous effort to obtain, especially money or business.
Okay, and can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes. Jim appreciated the hustle his daughter showed in her t-ball game, so he wasn't sure how to tell her she didn't need to run full speed from the dugout when it was her turn to bat. Hustle.
Okay, hustle. HUSTLE. Hustle.
Yes. Next up, Kelly, followed by Brescia. Library. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Library. LIBRARY. Library.
Yes. Brescia, followed by Anna. Mimic.
Mimic. MIMIC.
Yes. Anna, followed by Deanna. Murky.
Murky. MURKY.
Yes. Deanna, followed by Kathy. Sniffle.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes. Anya's husband resisted watching beaches with her, but she was pretty sure she heard him sniffle at the end. Sniffle.
Sniffle. Sniffle. S-N-I-F-F-L-E. Sniffle.
Yes. Kathy, followed by Jeff. Maim.
Maim. M-A-I-M. Maim.
Yes. Jeff, followed by Jason. Tonsils.
Could you repeat that, please?
Yes, tonsils.
Could you type it in the chat?
My hands are full. Yes, the pair of prominent masses of lymphoid tissue that lie one on each side of the throat between two folds of soft tissue. Tonsils.
Great. Tonsil. Tonsil. T-O-N-S-I-L. Tonsil.
Tonsils.
Tonsil.
I don't think you heard it right, so, yeah.
T-O-N-S-I-L-S.
Yes.
Tonsils.
And we don't give it to them, but I didn't catch you in time when I didn't hear you say the plural to it. Right. So that's on me. So great. Jason. Kayak.
Yes. Kayak. Can you give that to me in a sentence, please?
Yes, when Kristen visited her parents in Florida, she'd spend hours on a kayak, but always feared she might encounter an alligator. Kayak.
Kayak. K-A-Y-A-K. Kayak.
Yes.
Okay, that marks the end of round one. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, you guys are rocking it. So we're back to Richard at the top, followed by Anastasia. Richard, your word is triangle.
Triangle. T-R-I-A-N-G-L-E. Triangle.
Yes. Anastasia, followed by Therese. Anastasia, your word is phantom.
Phantom. P-H-A-N-T-O-M. Phantom.
Yes. Therese, followed by Shelley. Therese, your word is jinx.
Jinx. May I have the definition, please?
Yeah, jinx. One that brings bad luck or to bring bad luck.
Jinx. J-I-N-X. Jinx.
Yes. Shelley, you're up with Nate to follow. Razor.
Razor. R-A-Z-O-R. Razor.
Yes. Nate, followed by Jennifer. Soccer.
Soccer. S-O-C-C-E-R.
Yes. Jennifer, to you with Kelly to follow. Tantrum.
Tantrum. I'll take a sentence for that one, please.
Okay. Caitlin and Scott left the fair earlier than they planned because their daughter Gwen threw an uncontrollable tantrum when she couldn't have more cotton candy. Tantrum.
Completely understandable. Okay, tantrum. T-A-N-T-R-U-M. Tantrum.
Yes. Next up is Kelly with Brescia to follow. Sabbath.
Sabbath. S-A-B-B-A-T-H. Sabbath.
Yes. Russia with Anna to follow. Ritual.
Ritual. R-I-T-U-A-L.
Yes. Anna with Deanna to follow. Miscue.
Can I have a definition?
A mistake, a slip.
Can you say it again?
Miscue.
M-I-S-C-U-E.
Yes. Deanna, ogle.
Ogle. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Sure. By the way she saw her grandpa ogle that blueberry pie her grandma made, Brittany realized he must be one happy man right now. Ogle.
Ogle. O-G. G-L-E. My gut instinct.
O-G-L-E.
Yeah. Thanks. It's been fun.
Oh, I hate that part. I hate that part. So. Next up, Kathy with Jeff to follow. Laud.
Use it in a sentence, please.
Every time Tim heard his dad laud his brother's accomplishments, he wondered if Dad did the same thing about him.
Laud. L-A-U-D. Laud.
Yes. Jeff with Jason to follow. Tattoo.
Tattoo. T-A-T-T-O-O. Tattoo.
Yes. Jason. Lightning.
Lightning. My mom's nickname. Can I have that in a sentence, please?
Yes. When lightning struck, the fans at the golf tournament scattered like flies to find a safe place to go. Lightning.
Lightning. L-I-G-H-T-N-I-N-G. Lightning.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. That marks the end of round 2.
Excellent. Woo! All right, everybody. So we have just finished our practice round 1 and round 2 of the 10th annual So You Think You Can Spell Spelling Bee. We've had 1 elimination so far and not seen anybody sweat too bad, but what do you think, Adam? Any clear winners here? Are you seeing any interesting strategies being employed?
I think that getting through these first couple of rounds is one of the most difficult things at this competition because you're just starting to get your mind into it and get the nerves out. Fortunately, this year people don't have to stare at a crowd of people who are looking back at them with bated breath for that word, but there's still a little bit of I don't want to go out early on a stupid word sort of thing. Tough break for Deanna there with ogle. That's a really hard word. I thought that was the toughest word of these first few rounds.
Absolutely. And sometimes they don't have to be super long or just a little bit different words. And I always say vowels. Words with tons of vowels always killed me. So to be able to wrap your head around that definitely takes some concentration. And, you know, we appreciate everybody's effort so far. Excellent.
Great.
And now
congratulations to everyone.
And we're going to bring it in and speak to a past contestant, but also just kind of a local legend. And Adam, I believe you're going to kick us off with some words with Laura.
That's right. Laura Lee, thanks for joining us today. You have a special association with the spelling bee. Your mother, Ellen Holt, competed in this event for a few years. And the interesting thing about her competing is that when she saw there was an adult spelling bee, she contacted Jay Burns, who runs the event, and said, not is there an age minimum, is there an age limit? Because she was already in her 90s at the time. Which is a pretty amazing thing. It was great to see her out there. What comes to mind on this day when you get to see the bee and think back about what your mom's performance in this event was like?
I remember that she loved the bee. She was excited about it, but she wasn't nervous. She just did it as a matter of fact.
One of the great things about that we recognized her ability to compete in this, and she had a desire to compete it until she was 100. Unfortunately, wasn't with us to see that go through, but her name does now appear on the trophy, the winner's trophy. And not only is it spelled out with her name, Ellen Holt, but we have H-O-L-K up on that trophy as a little gesture to her spelling acumen. Tell us about her history and how she got so interested in spelling. She was a teacher at a young age, was she not?
That's right. She was raised in North Dakota, and she went to the Minot State Teachers College after high school, and then she became a teacher in a one-room school. I see her picture on the screen. That's my mom in 2003. Every time she stood up to introduce herself at the spelling bee, she would say, "I'm Ellen Holk, H-O-L-K." And that is what is written on the trophy, which is really fun to see. Here's a picture of my mother up in the upper right-hand corner. That's when she was a youngster in San Diego at 1943. To the left, you'll see the one-room school where she taught in Butte Valley Township, North Dakota, which is near Harlow, North Dakota, where she was born. She taught in that one-room school for several years. And there's the exterior view on the left. And on the bottom, you'll see where my mother and my two daughters are actually inside the school. It has been left unattended for years, and there's the desk that she sat in front of for many, many years, and the old stove that she had to walk to school long before the students arrived and light that fire so that when the students got to school, they would be warm enough. And she froze several toes in the process.
What?
She was a trooper.
Wow. That's it. It really is. You know, Spellin' Ellen's got some awesome history to her. So we are absolutely thrilled to have had her for a part of a few bees, and we certainly appreciate her memory and appreciate you for continuing to share her with us, and hope we can let her memory live on in spelling infamy. So
thank you.
Very
Katie.
cool. Anything? Yeah, you're welcome, Laura. And did you bring your red hat? Because you have quite the decorations on your Nissa hat.
I do.
And
this
for anybody
is
that doesn't know, yeah. So the Nissa Tomty hats, the red hats you see everybody wearing, if anybody's not familiar with local Scandinavian history, the Tomte or Nissa, who typically wore these kind of red hats, were considered little mythological creatures of Nordic folklore. And we as a town have kind of taken to not only wearing the red hats, but customizing them a little bit. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that beautiful hat you have?
Well, first of all, I'm all Scandinavian. My mother was all Norwegian. And so we just want to do it right, of course. So we definitely had to have the red hats. And after the spelling bee, one year I commissioned Amy Gogger to do this wonderful, these are spelling bees on my hat. I'm very proud of it.
That's excellent. Beautiful. All right.
And I always remember your wonderful costume from the first one where you dressed up in your bee costume.
I always try to do a little something bee themed. So thank you. I'm glad it went appreciated. That's kind of my little goofy addendum to our beautiful little bee. So, all right. We hope that the contestants have had a minute to rest and get themselves geared back. Jane, we're going to throw it back to you for round 3, like a beanbag at a cornhole game.
All right. That brings us to the top of the contestants again, and we'll start with Richard, with Anastasia to follow. Richard, your word is macaroni.
Macaroni. M-A-C-A-R-O-N-I. Macaroni.
Yes. Anastasia, you with Therese to follow, you've got Levy. Let me give you a definition right away, too.
Okay.
Let me give you a definition, so just because there's a homonym with that. Imposing or collecting as a tax by force or authority. Levy.
All right. Levy. L-E-V-Y. Levy.
Yes. Therese with Shelley to follow. Yokels.
Yokels, plural.
Yes.
May I have the definition, please?
Naive or gullible inhabitants of a rural area or small town. Yokels.
Yokels. Y-O-K-E-L-S. Yokels.
Yes. Shelley with Nate to follow. Boundary.
Boundary. Can you use that in a sentence for me, please?
Yes. Michael didn't want his brother to come on his side of the room, their room, so he created a boundary made of duct tape. Boundary.
Smart. Okay, boundary. B-O-U-N-D-A-R-Y. Boundary.
Yes. Nate, followed by Jennifer.
So much fun. Joe and Mary are watching live.
There, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Zealotry.
Can you repeat that, please? Kind of cut out.
Yeah, zealotry.
Zealotry. Z-E-A-L-O-T-R-Y. Zealotry.
Yes. Jennifer, followed by Kelly. Lyricist.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. If rainbows on roses and whiskers on kittens are a few of your favorite things, you have lyricist Oscar Hammerstein to thank. Lyricist.
Okay, we got tough this round. I'm going to say lyricist. L-Y-R-I-C-I-S-T. Lyricist.
Yes. Kelly with Brescia to follow. Mohair.
Mohair. Okay. M-O-H-A-I-R. Mohair.
Yes. Brescia with Anna to follow. Siesta.
Siesta. Can you give me a definition?
Yes, an afternoon rest or nap. Siesta.
Siesta. S-I-E-S-T-A.
Yes. Anna with Kathy to follow. Plumber.
Mark, can you give me a definition?
Yes, one who installs, repairs, and maintains pipings, fittings, and fixtures relating to water in a building.
Plumber. P-L-U-M-B-E-R.
Yes. Kathy with Jeff to follow. Hilarious.
Hilarious. H-I-L-A-R-I-O-U-S. Hilarious.
Yes. Jeff with Jason to follow. Weird.
Weird. W-E-I-R-D. Weird.
Yes. Jason. Grammar.
Grammar. Can you give me that in a sentence, please?
Sure. The English teacher always knew people had terrible grammar, but didn't know just how bad until she got on Facebook. Grammar.
Okay, so it's not the Kelsey version. Grammar.
No.
G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Grammar.
Yes. That ends round 3. And starts us on round 4. Okay, Richard. Your word is cowlick.
Could I have a definition, please?
Yes, a lock or tuft of hair growing in a different direction from the rest of the hair. Cowlick.
Cowlick. C-O-W-L-I-C-K.
Yes. Anastasia, followed by Therese. Guitar.
Guitar. G-U-I-T-A-R. Guitar.
Yes. Therese. Density.
Density. May I have the definition, please?
Yes, the quality or state of being dense.
Density. D-E-N-S-I-T-Y. Density.
Yes. Shelley next, followed by Nate. Bifocals.
Can you repeat that? You cut out just a little bit.
Bifocals.
Okay, bifocals. B-I-F-O-C-U-L-S. Bifocals. Oh, no. What was I thinking? Oh, I can't.
Oh,
no. I'm having so much fun, and the chat is so much fun, and there's so much smack, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vivi. Aunt Shelley knew better. I'm sorry.
Well, you can keep smacking people. We just won't see your face for a while. So.
Okay, I will. Good luck, everybody. Have fun.
Thanks for joining us, Shelley.
Thanks for joining us, Shelley. Nate. Antibody or antibody.
Please repeat that.
Antibody.
Antibody. A-N-T-I-B-O-D-Y. Antibody.
Yes.
I just
Jennifer.
got my second COVID dose too. I got some of those.
Oh, yeah. Jennifer, followed by Kelly. Nat.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Sure, and straight up I'll give you a definition too. A small biting fly. A gnat drowning in a glass of beer will not drink very much. Gnat.
Gnat. G-N-A-T. Gnat.
Yes. Kelly will be followed by Brescia. Cupboard.
Can you say that again, Jane?
Yeah, cupboard.
Cupboard. Can you use it in a sentence for me?
Yes. When Betty got home with the groceries, she gave her kids the task of putting all the cans in the cupboard.
Okay, cupboard. C-U-P-B-O-A-R-D. Cupboard.
Yes. Brescia, followed by Anna. Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. M-O-Z-Z-A-R-E-L-L-A.
Yes. You eat a lot of pizza, I take it. Anna, followed by Kathy. Harass.
Yes. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yes. Melissa hated walking by the construction site because the workers would harass her on a regular basis. Harass.
Are you watching?
Can you give me the language of origin?
Yes. French.
Yeah, they can't see that.
Harass. H-A-R-R-A-S-S. Darn.
Only one R. Only one R.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
This is the part I hate. Thanks for being with us. All right, Kathy with Jeff to follow. Hectic.
Hectic. H-E-C-T-I-C. Hectic.
Yes. Jeff with Jason to follow. Advise.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. Most parents advise their children to bundle up on a cold day, but so few of them actually listen. Advise.
Advise. A-D-V-I-S-E. Advise.
Yes. Jason. Dawdle.
Dawdle. Can you give me that in a sentence, please?
Sure. After concerts, Casey and Todd would always dawdle by the stage door outside in hopes of meeting the band. Dawdle.
Dawdle. D-A-W-D-L-E. Dawdle.
Yes. Okay, that's the end of that round, and we are now on the fifth round. Richard, your word is 12th.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
12th.
Could I use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. After giving birth to her 12th child, Mrs. Reynolds said, "No, I do not want a baker's dozen." 12th.
12th. TWELVTH.
No, it's TWELFTH. 12th.
FTH. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Stick around through the end, I hope. So, Anastasia, and that will be followed by Therese. Luxury.
Luxury. LUXURY. Luxury.
Yes. Therese, who will be followed by Nate. Misspell.
Misspell. MISSPELL. Misspell.
Yes. Nate, followed by Jennifer. Chassis or chassis.
Can I have a sentence, please?
Yes. The salt put on roads in the winter proved to be a death sentence for the car's chassis, even if it had been running fine for 15 years. Chassis or chassis.
Chassis. CHASSIS.
Yes. Jennifer, followed by Kelly. Adrenaline.
Ooh.
So I'm going to have to decide on one letter in the middle here. Okay, adrenaline, which is running high right now. Adrenaline. ADRENALINE. Adrenaline.
Yes. Hopefully the adrenaline's coming down a little now because you got it right. Kelly, followed by Brescia. Pew.
Pew? Can you use that in a
Yeah,
sentence,
let me give
please,
you a
Jane?
definition. Okay, sure. Some people in the congregation like to arrive early so they can nab the front pew to try to impress the minister. Pew.
Pew. P-E-W. Pew.
Yes. Brescia, followed by Kathy. Seance.
Seance. SEANCE.
Yes. Kathy, followed by Jeff. Upholstery.
Upholstery. UPHOL STERY.
Yes. Jeff, followed by Jason. Vaporize.
Vaporize. V-A-P-O-R-I-Z-E. Vaporize.
Yes. And Jason, pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Can you give that to me in a sentence, please?
Yes, many struggle with the pronunciation of the name Roosevelt, and not just because they're bad at history. Pronunciation.
Who struggles with Roosevelt?
Roosevelt.
Pronunciation. P-R-O-N-U-N-C-I-A-T-I-O-N. Pronunciation.
Yes. All right. That wraps up round 5.
That was a great way to wrap up round 5 there. Pronunciation, one of those words that always messes with me because of leaving that O out of there. I think pronoun, and that's not it.
That's
Katie, what's your
very
trip
true.
word? What's your trip
I
word?
would say a lot of the vowels, the T-I-O-N, making sure, like, Jennifer came in with adrenaline, wasn't sure about a letter in the middle, and it's always a vowel. So you just never know, especially if you're not familiar with word origins and things like that. Anything with a lot of vowels will always trip me up.
And I don't remember anyone getting into that language of origin yet. I'm sure that'll come into the later rounds here. It's a good question to remember on because it does help you think a little bit about, certain letter combinations of an EAU in French or along those lines. It's kind of fun to play with. It's one of the beauties of this whole thing is thinking about the languages these words came from.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now while we give the contestants a little bit more of a mind break, we're going to kick it over to one of our judges, and we're going to speak with Tria for a few minutes here. So former Mount Horebian, now out in warm, sunny Nevada, correct?
It's sunny. I wouldn't say it's exactly warm.
Okay, but it's not -6, correct?
No, it is far warmer than it is there right now, and I am so sorry.
That's all good. So, Tria, in addition to entering RB and winning, which I got to tell you, the year you entered, as soon as you stand up to introduce yourself and say, I'm only entering because so-and-so made me, I said, there's our winner. So tell us a little bit about your experience with our past bee and how it felt to win. And I do believe that you have a story about a national spelling bee as well. So please tell us a little bit more about your bee history.
Okay, well, going in chronological order, I grew up in a really small community. I grew up on an island off the coast of Massachusetts. So my competition in bee was not stiff. Generally, in a school bee, there were 3 or 4 people, and I would just take it. So when we went to a regional bee, it was just for all of the schools on the island, of which there were 5. So the year that I went to nationals, I remember it was in a hotel in one of the towns, and I was incredibly nervous, and one of the girls who was there, who was a little bit older than me, looked at me off stage and said, if you beat me, I will kill you. I won. I'm still alive. She had some problems, to say the least. Not that competitive. I've never threatened pain of death upon anybody if they lost to me, or if they beat me, because I just don't care. Fast forward to 2000, was it 15? I think it was 15. I had kind of sat out the Scandinavian Fest because being a citizen of the town means that your town is overrun, and I was a little over it, and I didn't realize just how much community involvement there was. And my now ex-husband and dear Jeannie Wright at Schulen's convinced me to participate that morning. So I said, all right, I don't like being on stage. It's terrible. So I showed up at the bee. I did not expect to win it at all, and it was really actually embarrassing. But I kept going year after year until I moved away, and I have missed it so much. As for the national bee, which I guess I kind of skipped over, maybe it was traumatic for me. I don't know. But I got to go to Washington, D.C., and I went out on the word barbicel, which are the fine filaments between individual pieces of feather that hold them together. We were upset because it was mispronounced by my opinion, because it was barbicel, the pronunciation was. So I was really upset, but again, your parents cannot complain on your behalf. So I went back to the green room, had some free snacks, and got a little extra time to sightsee in DC.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hoping nobody threatens anybody's life today over a virtual bee. But just to show
I
you
can't
how
see any of the
competitive-
smack talk in chat, so I don't know. But you better behave,
I
because
know,
I can come back there.
I'm a
I'll put
little
smack down
bummed.
on anybody.
Right? I'm a little bummed that I'm missing out on seeing some of this colorful commentary, but you know. So yeah, just to recap now, we've had rounds 3, 4, and 5, and I believe we've lost 3 more contestants. Shelly, our faithful Wisconsin fan from New Jersey, and Anna and Richard. We're going to miss you guys, but hope you stick around for the end. What do you think, Adam? Does everybody have enough time to rest, regroup? We ready to bring in the next round here?
I think we're ready to rock and roll with round 6. We have 9 left. Take it away, Jane.
Right. All right, we're starting the top of the round now is Anastasia. And she'll be followed by Therese. So welcome back. Your word is ruefully.
Could you repeat that?
Ruefully. Ruefully.
Ruefully. R-U-E-F-U-L-L-Y. Ruefully.
Yes. Therese, you're up next with Nate. Hector.
Nate.
And I'm going to give you a definition right away. Hector, to intimidate or harass by bluster or personal pressure. Hector.
Hector. H-E-C-T-O-R. Hector.
Yes. Nate, who will be followed by Jennifer. Nonchalant. Which is kind of perfect for you at this moment.
It's my hard hat, because it's going to be a tough competition. Can I have a hilarious sentence, please?
The store manager couldn't believe how nonchalant the shoplifter was as he stuck a box of popsicles in his pants. Nonchalant.
That is hilarious. Okay. Nonchalant. N-O-N-C-H-A-L-A-N-T. Nonchalant.
Yes. Jennifer, who will be followed by Kelly. Beeswax.
I think I need a sentence for that one.
Sure. When Karen heard her daughter tell her cousin to mind your own beeswax, she realized that some things never change.
Okay, beeswax. B-E-E-S-W-A-X. Beeswax.
Yes. Kelly, followed by Brescia. Opossum.
Opossum. O-P-O-S-S-U-M. Opossum.
Yes. Brescia will be followed by Kathy. Hirsute.
Can you say it again?
Hirsute.
Pursuit. Can I have a sentence, please?
Yes. With no Scandinavian beard contest this year, we don't get a chance to find out who the most hirsute man in Mount Horeb is right now. Hirsute.
Yikes. A definition, I guess.
Harry.
Oh, man. Pursuit. I feel like I'm going out on this, but here we go. Hersuit.
Hirsute. So we've got Kathy followed by Jeff. Raspberry. Raspberry.
Raspberry. RASPBERRY. Raspberry.
Yes. Jeff followed by Jason. Mortgage.
Mortgage. Can I have that in a sentence, please?
Yes, Kurt was thrilled that he only had 3 more years to pay on the 30-year mortgage he took out on his house. Mortgage.
Mortgage. MORTGAGE. Mortgage.
Yes. Jason. Governess.
Governess. Can I have that in a sentence, please?
Yes. Maria was a terrible governess, but turned out to be a wonderful mother. Governess.
Governess. GOVERNESS. Governess.
Yes. That's the end of round 6 and the beginning of round 7. Anastasia, followed by Therese. Croissant.
Croissant. CROISSANT. Croissant.
Yes. Therese, who will be followed by Nate. Hoarfrost.
Hoarfrost. May I have a definition, please?
Yes, white frost formed by freezing dew.
Hoarfrost. HOARFROST. Hoarfrost.
Yes. Nate, followed by Jennifer. Phlegm.
Could you read a sentence, please?
Yes. The runner cleared his throat of phlegm with a pirate's arg and continued the race. Phlegm.
Phlegm. PH. L. E. M. G. Oh, M. There's an M on the end. Ah.
Yeah, you transposed the G and the M, so this is a new word for you to harass me with in the future. But it's PHLEGM, phlegm. Next up, Jennifer, followed by Kelly. Precocious.
Let's have a sentence for that, please.
Sure. Caroline was a precocious little girl because she could walk at 7 months and do algebra at 7 years. Precocious.
Yeah, she always was an overachiever. Let's see. Okay, precocious. Precocious. Precocious.
Yes. Kelly, followed by Kathy. Gyro, and I'm going to give you the definition right away. A sandwich, especially made of lamb and beef, tomato, onion, and yogurt sauce on pita bread. Gyro.
Euro. Gyro. Euro.
Yes. Kathy, followed by Jeff. Irascible.
Okay. Irascible. IRASCIBLE. Irascible.
Yes.
One
Jeff,
R.
followed by
I
Jason.
wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Dessert.
Dessert. Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes, when Grandma made one of her apple pies, the rest of the family usually skipped the meal and went straight to dessert.
Dessert. DESSERT. Dessert.
Yes. Jason. Penitent.
Ooh. I'm going to need that in a sentence.
After teasing his colleague who was wearing glasses, Norman felt penitent because he didn't know she had never worn them before and was feeling self-conscious about it. Penitent.
I have a bad feeling I'm going to remember how to spell this word for the rest of my life. So I'm going to go with today PENETINT. Yep.
I am penitent you got such a sucky word, Jason, but it is spelled PENITENT.
So close. So close.
So close. That wraps up round 7. And we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, we've got 6 spellers left. 6 spellers left. So we are at the top of round 8 with Anastasia. And you've got confetti.
Confetti. CONFETTI. Confetti.
Yes. Therese. Basmati.
Basmati. May I have the definition, please?
Yes, a cultivated aromatic long grain rice originating in South Asia. Basmati.
Basmati. BASMATI. My sister had a cat named Basmati.
Well, that's a handy thing because that's correct. Jennifer, and you'll be followed by Kelly. Gurney.
Gurney. Can I have a definition, please?
Yes, a wheeled stretcher for transporting patients. Gurney.
So not Illinois.
No.
How about language of origin, please?
Of all the ones, unknown origin. So.
Oh, great, thanks.
I know, big help.
Well, I'm just gonna try this. Gurney. G-U-R-N-E-Y.
Good try. You're in it. You got it. So you don't have to be wheeled out of the bee on a gurney. You're still in it. So Kelly, and you'll be followed by Kathy. Tutelage.
Tutelage. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes. Under the tutelage of a seasoned editor named Joe, Leanne became a successful, influential journalist in Denver. Tutelage.
Tutelage. T-U-T-E-L-A-G-E. Tutelage.
Yes. Kathy. Mortician.
Would you repeat it? It broke up. You broke up a little bit.
Yes, mortician.
Mortician. M-O-R-T-I-C-I-A-N.
Yes. Jeff. Accommodate.
Accommodate. Can you use that in a sentence while I make sure I have enough of the letters I'm worried about?
Nancy was a little miffed that she had to wait to eat lunch in order to accommodate her 3 friends who were late as usual. Accommodate.
All right. Accommodate. A-C-C-O-M-M-O-D-A-T-E. Accommodate.
Yes. That ends round 8. Good job, everybody. We'll take another break.
Excellent. Wow, Adam, things are heating up in here. Words are getting a little bit harder. Seeing maybe a little more sweat roll off those brows with some of the contestants. Excellent rounds, though, man. Unfortunately, we lost 3 more. Brescia, Hirsute. My heart went out to her on that one. I never in a million years would have gotten that either. Nate, Phlegm, man, sometimes it just be like that. And Jason with Penitent, although I got to give Jason kudos. If I remember correctly, maybe this is the longest he's ever made it through the bee. Right, Adam? Correct me if I'm wrong here, but Jason hung in there pretty good.
I can't remember on rounds, but he's going to kick himself every time he watches Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and hears Sean Connery say, "Only the penitent man shall pass." And he did not pass through to the 8th round. Sorry about that, Jason.
Oh, man, unfortunately. Excellent work, though, from a lot of other spellers. You can see everybody kind of thinking through things or asking for sentences, buying themselves a little time, whatever you got to do. This is kind of that do or die, because, one letter is the difference between continuing on or calling it quits here. So we're going to let you take it over. We have another interview with one of our judges.
That's right. We're pleased to be joined today by Melissa Falavino. Melissa, how are you? I think we've got you muted.
Little technical difficulties here, Beauty, but live
Yeah, a
feed.
little
Are you
technical
muted?
difficulty. We might need to bounce back to Melissa in a minute here. Meantime, while we sort that out, Katie, there were a couple of words that stood out to me in that last couple of rounds. Irascible by Kathy Bold. I thought that was really, really nice catch because it's so easy to say IRR on that one. Accommodate by Jeff Ingebrigtsen there at the end with the double C, double M. That was a beauty.
Yes.
And
yes.
I don't know if any others stood out for you.
Well, actually, back in round 3, we had the word yokels, which I thought was actually a completely made up thing. I had no idea that was even a real word. So I shall now use yokels profusely throughout my speech from here on, because I do feel like it's actually a great way to describe our town and a lot of the spirit that goes into this competition. I love that. All right, let's take this back. I think we got Melissa online here.
Are we back? Can you hear me?
We gotcha.
All right. Sorry about that.
Thanks for hanging with us. No. This virtual world is a little difficult to navigate sometimes.
It can be, you know, I like live every day online. So of course, this one moment, something would malfunction.
We were particularly pleased to have you on this year. Obviously, you're a Mount Horeb native, but you've also entered the realm of literary fame, if we could go that far, by releasing your book Tomboyland, a collection of essays that's gotten a lot of praise from some big names like Oprah's magazine. Tell us a little bit about this book, and the collection of essays reflects a lot of your growing up in Mount Horeb, does it not?
Yeah, it does. I think that honestly, of all the coverage it's gotten, one of my favorite pieces that came out was Matt Geiger's piece in the Mount Horeb Mail. Truly, he just got it. But yeah, it's a collection of essays about growing up in Mount Horeb and Madison and just Wisconsin in general, and leaving home, and tackles things like identity and all sorts of things. But yeah, it's been a wild ride putting it out this year, especially in the pandemic year. I had planned to have a big launch party back home, and that didn't really happen. But it's been pretty cool to see, who it's connected to, and I've heard from a bunch of people from Mount Horeb that I haven't heard from in a really long time, which has been really neat. So it feels a little bit like a homecoming in a way.
Great. That's great. Do you feel like growing up in a small town and then moving to such a big town has kind of influenced, not only the way you wrote the book too, but just kind of, I don't know, getting out of some of the small towns, especially when you're dealing with things like identity and then getting into a big urban area where you tend to kind of find your people or find more diversity. How is that kind of, since you've left Mount Horeb, how has that kind of influenced your literary career from here on out?
Yeah, that's been a big part of it. I went to, when I left Mount Horeb, I went to college in Madison. I spent about 8 years in Madison, went to UW, lived there for a while. I started finding my people there through the roller derby community, and then that kind of just kept going. I moved to New York in 2009 to get my master's degree in writing. And, part of it was about, I think I had to leave to kind of figure out where I was and who my people were. But the funny thing that happened was the longer I spent away from home, the more I kind of fell in love with it. So I think that a lot of the book is about, I kind of think of it as my ode to Wisconsin. And, I still very much think of myself as a Wisconsinite. And I also just realized I'm drinking tea from Telsan in Mount Horeb, thanks to my parents.
Excellent. The love is strong.
The love is strong. Also, one note, I made a last minute game change in terms of my noisemaker. and I'm now using a mouthpiece from my trumpet that I played in high school at MHHS. So this is my Mount Horeb mouthpiece. Sounds terrible.
Hey.
Nice to have those connections with home. You know, the question for you then, in terms of you having to think through your association with Mount Horeb in the area, you're in Brooklyn, correct?
Yes.
What if someone asked you where you're from? How would you describe Mount Horeb to a Brooklynite?
That's a great question. I usually say I grew up in a small town that's known for trolls. It's called the troll capital of the world, and people are like, wait, what? And then I have to sort of describe the trolls. And then I also usually have to tell them about the Mustard Museum, RIP. I know it's no longer there. But every time, like, it just has this mythology now, and usually it revolves around the trolls, and people just really want to find out more about the trolls. They're like, wait, I'll try to go on and tell them more about the people and the community, and and they're like, no, let's go back to the trolls. I wanna know more. So that's usually where we end.
Absolutely. And hey, the name of our town's website is literally trollway.com. So anything they need to know,
Right.
it's usually a good direction to point them in.
Yes. What's funny is how many people have heard of Mount Horeb. Like, I'll just be somewhere in New York or somewhere else, and someone will be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that town. The trolls, or poop on you, or whatever. That there's some association that people have. So we're on the map in a big way.
And of course, so you think you can spelling bee is only adding to that fame around the world right now. So thank you for your participation as a judge in this, and we're going to buckle in here and send it back to Jane for the home stretch. 6 contestants left. Let's see him duke it out to the end, Jane.
We're in it for someone to win it here. So we'll start up with Anastasia. Your word is bellicose.
Could you repeat it, please?
Bellicose or bellicose.
Bellicose. BELLICOSE. Bellicose.
Yes. Excellent. Therese, followed by Jennifer. Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. HIBISCUS. Hibiscus.
Yes. Jennifer. Brouhaha.
Ooh. That would be fun to have language of origin.
French from Hebrew.
Yeah, interesting. So brouhaha. BROUHAHA. Brouhaha.
Yes. Kelly, followed by Kathy. Noology.
Noology? Can you repeat it, please, Jane?
Yes, noology.
Can I have a definition, please?
Yes, the study of the mind, of knowledge and thought. Noology.
You're making this word up, right, Jane? Noology. Language of origin, please.
Greek.
Noology. I'm sorry, could you repeat the definition one more time, Jane? Sorry.
Yes. The study of the mind, of knowledge and thought.
Noology. KNOWOLOGY. Noology.
Oh, that's tough.
This was a tough one. NOOLOGY.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks.
Yeah. Kathy, who'll be followed by Jeff. Calisthenics.
Can you repeat it one time, please?
Yes, calisthenics.
This is going to be the word I remember forever. C-A-L-L ISTENICS. I love the sound. If I have to go out, I love going out on that sound.
Calisthenics. CALISTHENICS. Calisthenics.
Oh, so close.
Jeff. Mnemonic.
Mnemonic. Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. It likely wasn't in his architectural plans, but Frank Lloyd Wright's Monona Terrace created a great mnemonic device for remembering which Madison Lake is which.
And the language of origin, please?
Greek.
Okay. Mnemonic. MNEMONIC. Mnemonic.
Yes. That's the end of round 9. So we are at a final 4. So
Woo.
March Madness has nothing on us. We are at a final 4. Anastasia, you've got perambulate.
Could you repeat it, please?
Yes, perambulate.
Perambulate. PERAMBULATE. Perambulate.
Yes. Therese followed by Jennifer. Schnauzer.
Can you say that again? You're breaking up.
Yes, Schnauzer.
Schnauzer. Can you, excuse me, can you give me the definition, please?
Yes. A dog of any 3 breeds that originated in Germany and are characterized by a wiry coat, long head, pointed ears, heavy eyebrows, and long hair on the muzzle. Schnauzer.
Oh, thank you. Schnauzer. SCHNAUZER. Schnauzer.
Yes. Jennifer. Timpani.
Timpani.
Can you give me a sentence, please?
Yes. As far as Eldon was concerned, no symphony concert officially began until there was a good timpani solo.
And could you give me the language of origin, please?
Yes. Italian from Latin.
Okay. Timpani. T-Y-M-P-A-N-I. Timpani.
That's correct. For those of you who see the graphic that are watching, no, there are 2 acceptable spellings for this. So, and T, that's one of them. So it's correct. So there's TY or TI at the beginning is good. So you're in, you're alive. So.
Ooh, all right.
That brings us to Jeff. Asceticism.
Asceticism. Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. The simplicity and frugality of William's asceticism put him at odds with his family, who loved to indulge in fancy dinners and expensive vacations. Asceticism.
All right. Asceticism. A-S-C-E-T-I-C-I-S-M. Asceticism.
Yes. And that's the end of round 10. Back to the top with Anastasia. Guys.
What is the language of origin?
French.
Guys. G-U-I-S-E. Guys.
Yes. Therese. Siege.
Siege. May I have the definition, please?
Yes, a military blockade of a city or fortified place to compel it to surrender. A persistent or serious attack. Siege, siege, siege.
Siege. S-I-E-G-E. Siege.
Yep. Jennifer. Boondoggle.
That's kind of a fun one. Let's have the language of origin.
American English.
Okay. Boondoggle. B-O-O-N-D-O-G-G-L-E. Boondoggle.
Yes. Excellent. Jeff. Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. Can you give me the fast food restaurant? Chihuahua. C-H-I-H-U-A-H-U-A. Chihuahua.
Yeah. That takes us to the top of round 11. Anastasia. Geocaching.
Okay. Geocaching. G-E-O-C-A-C-H-I-N-G. Geocaching.
Yes. Therese. Flick flack.
Flick flack. May I have the definition, please?
Yes, a brushing movement of the foot in ballet. Flick flack.
May I have language of origin?
French.
Flick flack. F-L-I-C-F-L-A-C.
Yes. Jennifer. Liaison.
Liaison. Can I have the language of origin, please?
French.
Okay, liaison. Liason. Liaison. Another I there.
Yes. Liaison. Jeff. Furbelow.
Could you repeat that, please?
Yes. Furbelow.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. The fur below on Chloe's skirt made her feel as if she were going to a ball in a Jane Austen novel. Fur below.
Language, please.
French.
Cool. I think that made it more complicated. Furbelow. All right. Furbelow. F-I-R-B-E-L-E-A-U. Furbelow.
Ooh, down to
Melissa
two.
is just rocking that trumpet solo. Mr. Zosky would be
Still happening.
Or Mr.
Sorry,
Jansen,
Jeff.
whichever one.
It was Jansen.
Furbelow. F-U-R-B-E-L-O-W. Furbelow.
Huh.
It's
Yeah,
not
the French
above.
did complicated. Pardon? So
I said it's
that
not
gets us
above.
no. That gets us to
Can you
round
hear me
12 with just two remaining. So now we're really to the drama part. So
Ooh.
bailiwick or bailiwick, alternate pronunciations.
Could you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes, Georgia was happy to be asked to speak about Tudor history since that is her bailiwick.
Well, let's see. Bailiwick. B-A-I-L-I-W-I-C-K. Bailiwick.
Yes. Therese. Insouciance.
Insouciant or insouciance?
Insouciance.
May I have a definition, please?
Yes. Lighthearted, uncertain. Lighthearted, unconcerned.
So it's a noun, correct?
Yes.
Insouciance. I-N-S-O-U-C-I-A-N-C-E. Insouciance.
Yeah, that's the end of round 12. We're on to round 13. Got a duel.
I'm walking right now.
Kohlrabi.
Oh, I know how to spell it. Could you repeat it, please?
Yes. Kohlrabi. Kohlrabi.
Kohlrabi. K-O-H-L-R-A-B-I. Kohlrabi.
Yes. Hagiography.
Hagiography. May I have the definition, please?
Yes. A biography of saints, or more commonly, an idealizing or idolizing biography.
Hagiography. Hagiography. Hagiography.
Yes. Gets us to round 14. Pyrrhic.
Could you repeat that,
Let
please?
me give you a definition. Yeah, and I'll give you a definition right away, too. Pyrrhic,
You're kind of cutting
achieved at excessive. Pyrrhic, achieved at excessive cost, costly to the point of negating or outweighing expected benefits. Pyrrhic.
Okay. I think this might be the word that's going to do me in. P Y R R H I C. Pyrrhic.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right.
Therese, millennium.
Millennium. May I have a definition, please?
Yes, a period of 1,000 years.
Millennium. Millennium. Millennium.
Yes. We are now on round 15. Bus budget.
Could you repeat that, please?
Yes, fuss budget.
Okay. Fuss budget. FUSSBUDGET. Fuss budget.
Yes. Malapropism.
Malapropism. MALAPROPISM. Malapropism.
Yes. That's the end of round. Actually, I might be off on my rounds because I think we're now in round 16, actually, not 15. Ignoramus or ignoramus.
Ignoramus. IGNORAMUS. Ignoramus.
OUS. IGNORAMOUS. But hang tight because Therese has to finish this round and then another. So. Foramen.
Can you say that again, please?
Yes. Foramen.
Foramen. May I have a definition, please?
Yes, a small opening, a perforation or orifice.
Foramen. FORAMEN. Foramen.
Yes. On to the next round. So now it's Therese. We stick with Therese. So Libero.
Can you repeat the word?
Yes, libero. Also libero, I hear as
Libero.
well for this. Barrow.
May I have the
Libero.
Yes. May I have the definition, please?
Yes. It's a position in volleyball. A defensive specialist.
Can you say it again, please?
Yes, libero.
Oh, okay.
Also, I've also heard it pronounced libero or libero.
Thank you. I know the word now. Libero, Libero.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the whole world, we have our 2021 champion. Congratulations, Therese. Another two-time champion.
Therese, excellent job.
You scared me with that.
We have
last one.
another.
I wasn't hearing it, and I thought, a libero? Is it like a wheelbarrow? I don't know.
Yes, excellent. No, Therese, you nailed it. And way to go for you. And that's something you commonly see is you have to make sure that you're hearing it correctly. So good for you for taking your time because it obviously paid off. Excellent work. Therese Fiorin, our 2021 Spelling Bee champion. Adam and I are going to talk.
Wonderful.
Congratulations, Therese.
This is the part.
Thanks, everybody. Those were some hard words this time.
Yes, yeah, we definitely, those last few rounds, you and
I would
Anastasia.
have spelled ignoramus the way you did. I don't think it ends in O-U-S, but that's just me.
The US actually comes up first when you Google it.
Okay.
Right.
I would challenge that.
Do we have some controversy here?
Yeah. Ooh, this might be a first for the bee.
And we can't. Can you guys? You can't hear them either.
No, I can't hear them. I don't know if people in Radio Land can hear them or not. But,
Okay.
Yep.
if
Sounds like we're
somebody
better now. We're able to patch in now.
You're back.
There we go. All right. Once again, sorry, you guys. We know contestants, you couldn't hear us for a second. Therese, we have pronounced you the official 2021 winner. Excellent job. Very, very proud of you. And we have another two-time winner now. So that would be 3 people we've had in the bee that have taken the title 2 times. So congratulations, Therese.
Thank you. Thanks.
Therese, you always do such a great job thinking through words. The one that I was curious about, I didn't know if you knew flick flack. It looked like you were pausing a long time on that one to make sure you got it correct.
Yeah, I've never heard that word before in my life.
How did you figure it out?
In general, I try not to make words. If I don't know them, I try not to make them any harder than they need to be. I knew if it was French, it wouldn't have a K in it, so that took that out. And I would probably mess it up by putting a QUE in it. But I was waiting to hear the kazoo noises. I didn't think I had it.
It's a very smart strategy.
I also did not think that was a real word. Again, one of those words I thought was totally made up. So good on that one, Therese.
Thanks. Thank you.
Excellent.
Well, we have, I should show you this, Therese. You've seen this before, but you're going to get your name right here on this trophy in this spot. We got room reserved for you. So congratulations on your second triumph here.
Thanks so much. It's a lot of fun. And good job, everybody, for doing this online and making it work.
Yes, well done again, Therese, and congratulations to all of our participants. You guys put on a marvelous show, and you really brought your A game to the competition today. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating. Thank you, everybody out there, too, for watching. If you've tuned in to watch our live stream or if you're going to catch us later, we're so glad to have you peek in on our little goofy bee.
And if this interests you, get in on it next year. Save the date, first Saturday in February.
Absolutely. Thanks again to Blaine at Wisco Radio.